Yeah.
And I don't care who broke the horse or rode the winners up the steps or yard. But this family's got to settle down.
Oh. Will you stop bellowing? Look what you're doing to Carlo.
Hang Carlo.
Oh!
You've exhausted my patience.
Did you make these, Godfrey?
I helped.
Oh, they must be wonderful. I'd like to help sometime if you'll let me.
I feel honored.
You might as well face the situation. I've lost a lot of money lately.
You have?
Yes, I have.
Well, maybe you left it in your other suit.
But if things keep on like they're going now, it won't be long till I won't have another suit.
Which ones are poisoned? Thank you. While we're on the subject, how about this business of certain people picking up anybody they find on the city dump and dragging them into the house? For all we know, we might all be stabbed in the back some night and robbed.
Who's going to stab who?
Well, we don't know a thing about certain people. Someone should speak to Irene about her habit of picking up strays.
What's a stray? You shut up. Me? No, Cornelia.
I will not shut up. My life is precious to me.
It won't be in a minute. Now, children. Come, Carlo, come and get some nice hors d'oeuvre.
I think we should get our help from employment agencies.
Well, I don't know, but what I agree with Cornelia.
Whatever are you all talking about? You upset Carlo, and now you're upsetting Irene. Don't you remember her breakdown last summer?
I certainly do. That's why I'm not paying any attention to this.
Well, Mother can sponsor Carlo. Why can't I sponsor Godfrey?
Godfrey knows I'm not being personal, but after all, none of us would like to wake up some morning stabbed to death.
You must come between Irene and Godfrey. He's the first thing she's shown any affection for since her Pomeranian died last summer. Now, Irene, you mustn't have a spell. Here, Carlo, quick, give me a sofa cushion. Here. Come, darling, lift up your head now like a good girl. Lift up your head. There, now, darling, don't cry. Now, darling.
She's not having a spell. That's old stuff.
Darling.
So what is all this nonsense?
Will you be quiet? You never did understand women. Why don't you get a doctor? I don't want a doctor. Do you want an ice bag? No, I don't want an ice bag. I want to die. No, you mustn't do that.
She makes me ill. Let's get out of here.
Carlo, do the gorilla for Irene. It always amuses her.
Not in the mood.
Well, stop eating the hors d'oeuvre and get in the mood. Here.
All right. I'll do it. My heart won't be in it.
Irene, be a good girl and sit up and look at Carlo. You know it always amuses you. Come on, quick. Go ahead. Come on, Carlo, quickly. Look, Irene, look at Carlo. Isn't that lovely? Oh, isn't that clever, Irene? Look. Carlo, come down there. She can see you better. Isn't he clever? Carlo, come down here where Irene can see you. Where you going now? Look. Look, is that funny? Oh, he puts me on the door. Look. He frightens me. No, darling, you mustn't be frightened. He isn't a real gorilla. He's just playing. Darling, look at Carlo. Look, darling, look. Isn't he clever? No.
Why don't you stop imitating a gorilla and imitate a man?
You wouldn't know an artist if one came up and bit you.
This family doesn't need any stimulant. I'll be in my room and you can repeat this order in 30 minutes. Someday I'm going gorilla hunting and I won't miss.
Has Cornelia gone?
Yes, darling, she's gone.
Where's Godfrey?
He's right here.
Don't go away, Godfrey.
We'll be late for the concert.
Well, get my things. I'll be right with you. Godfrey's right here, darling. Godfrey, come over here so Irene can look at you. Here's Godfrey, darling.
Where?
Right here, look. Say hello to Irene so she'll know who you are.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Godfrey. And he's promised to stay on, haven't you, Godfrey?
If I'm wanted?
Of course you're wanted, isn't he, Irene?
Yes, go away.
Yes, darling, I'm going. Take good care of her. Yes, Carlo, I'm coming. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye.
I beg your pardon. I'm sorry, but I didn't quite hear.
I said I'm not really having a spell.
You'd better put this back on the fire. Looks like we've lost most of our customers. Well, what's the matter, Hanson? Did something frighten you?
What kind of family am I up against?
Well, there's some things even I can't answer.
Do they go on this way all the time?
Oh, no. This is just a quiet evening.
Quiet evening.
If I were you, I'd get rid of that lip rouge. It makes you look a little like Cupid. You find Godfrey in his room.
How did you know I wanted to see Godfrey?
I don't know. It just came over me.
Oh, you can't come in here.
Why not? It's our house, isn't it? After all, one room is just like any other room. Oh, besides, I want to talk.
I'm terribly sorry, but we can't talk here.
Well, don't you think it's rather indecent of you to order me out after you kissed me?
After I kiss you, did you say?
Isn't it funny, this morning you were sitting on my bed, now I'm sitting on yours.
We'll overlook that startling coincidence. Will you sit over here?
The bed's very comfortable. If it isn't, I'll get you another.
We'll have our talk here.
Now that I'm your sponsor, if you want a new bed, you can have it.
The bed's very comfortable, thank you. Much more so than I am at the moment.
Oh, anytime you're uncomfortable, you just let me know.
Well, thank you. Hasn't anyone ever told you about certain proprieties?
Oh, you use such lovely big words. I like big words. What does it mean?
Well, I'll try to simplify it. Hasn't your mother or anyone ever explained to you that some things are proper and some things are not?
No, she hasn't. She rambles on quite a bit, but then she never says anything.
Well, you want me to remain on here as butler, don't you?
Oh, of course.
And I want to justify your faith in me by being a very good butler. And in time, perhaps filling the void created by the death of your late lamented Pomeranian.
Oh, I've forgotten all about him. He had fleas anyway. Besides, you're different. You use big words and you're much cuter.
May I tell you a story?
I'd love it.
Once there was a very sentimental little girl with a very kind heart. And she helped a man who was very grateful. Then she became a nuisance and undid all the fine work she had done.
Is it someone you know?
Her name is Irene Bullock. And if she were a smart little girl, she'd pick out some nice young chap on her own social set and marry him and live happily ever after. And never, never, never enter the butler's room again.
You mean I never can come in here again?
Never.
Well, when can we talk?
When I'm serving breakfast in the morning, I can say good morning, Miss Irene, and you can say good morning, Godfrey. But you must never come into my room again.
Oh, you'll be sorry.
I'm only trying to be helpful.
You're being mean. I'll do something to win. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry.
That's a very pretty tune, Carlo. What's the name of it? Oh, that's the name, too. I thought it was just the word. I like it because the words are all the same. It makes it so easy to remember. That's probably why the Star-Spangled Banner is so confusing. Nobody seems to know the words. Except perhaps Godfrey. He seems to know everything. Do you know the words, Godfrey?
The words?
Yes, the Star-Spangled Banner. Nobody seems to know the words. Do you know them, Godfrey?
I suppose I know as many as the average person.
I feel ashamed of myself. I should know them all, of course, because after all, my ancestors came over on a boat. Oh, not the Mayflower, but the boat after that. What did your ancestors come over on, Godfrey?
As far as I know, they've always been here.
They weren't Indians, I hope.
One can never be sure of one's ancestors.
You know, you have rather high cheekbones.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. These flowers came for Miss Irene. Where shall I put them?
Well, ask her. There she is now.
Yes, ma'am.
Carlo, did you notice his cheekbones?
These flowers just came for you, miss. Where shall I put them?
What difference does it make where one puts flowers when one's heart is breaking?
Yes, miss. Shall I put them on the piano?
Life is but an empty bubble.
You don't sound very cheerful for a girl who's giving a tea party.
Why should anyone be cheerful?
Oh, is Irene giving a tea party?
You're not invited.
I'll invite myself. Let's stick around, George.
Sure, why not?
All I have to say is some people will be sorry someday.
Well, naturally, everybody will be sorry someday.
For what?
Some people will know for what, and then it'll be too late.
This conversation is very confusing.
Now, Irene, you mustn't confuse Carlo. He's practicing.
Do you know any good funeral music, Carlo?
Shut up.
Are you acting for anybody in particular? Godfrey might be interested if he'd only turn around and look. Oh, I remember that pose so well. I learned it in dramatic school. It's number 8, isn't it?
Yeah, that's number 8, all right.
Am I spoiling your